Good evening, guys. I really was struggling if I was going to comment on this video, but I thought I'd share a few things. Number one, the parties that were involved were Alan Davison, who owns the 95 Firebird IROC car, Tom Cotter, who has a 64 very well prepared convertible Corvette B production, and then my B production 69, and a little bit of a tough weekend. Got there Wednesday, it rained all day Thursday, it rained a lot on Friday, so a lot of things were rained out, not a lot of track time, and that may have contributed to this. The other bad thing is that it was damn cold on Saturday. It was 34, I think my truck said, when we went out at 8:30 for qualifying, and it was 39, bounced between 39 and 40 in my truck sitting on the parking lot at 10:15, and we went out at 10:30. So those are contributing factors. Like I say, lack of practice, new track. SVRA hasn't been on this track. I don't think any of the other guys had it actually either. So again, parties were Alan Davison, Tom, Cotter, and myself. I don't know Alan, never met him before, hadn't met Tom until this weekend. It actually turns out he's a friend with my cousin, which is kind of unique in the whole thing. But the frustrating things for me personally were that Alan really didn't take responsibility for what occurred. And as you can see in the videos, I posted that first before I comment on this. It seems pretty clear. Well, let me phrase that. It was very clear with all the videos, and there's some other video attached as well that was done by Ben with SVRA, part of which I saw. The technical people and race directors, Alex Miller, everybody at SVRA were very thorough in their review of everything, and I think it's pretty clear what occurred. And as you can see in the video, I think that the IROC car got a little aggressive on the start, and as you can see in the video, as I slowed it down, he was actually spinning the tires, accelerating into the corner. Probably could have and should have stayed inside, and it seems that he accelerated back out into the driving lane perpendicular to the traffic, which was me in this particular point, and Tom, and hit my car. I bounced over him. Tom couldn't see what was going on because I was in his line of sight between myself and the Firebird. Like I said, Camaro a minute ago. Anyway, so Tom was kind of like myself, caught up in it, and if you go back and review it now again, after I tell you this, you'll see I was probably only at about 6 or 7 tenths of the car's ability and my ability. I could see out of my peripheral that the Allen and the IROC car were coming back onto the track, and you can see me steer to the right, and I could see Tom was there. I was trying to leave him some room, but after I got hit, there was nothing, obviously. But it's a shame it happened. The frustrating part for me was I may have done the same thing, I don't know, but Alan really didn't take responsibility, and then he kind of pointed in the garage and said the 64 car was involved, which is Jim Heck, which is the rear-facing camera in this video that you saw in front of me here. So I'm not sure he was aware that Jim had cameras or that Ben was standing. You can see in the picture the still of Tom's car in the start of this video, Ben from SVRA taking videos of the start of the race. He's in the orange and black jacket on the left side of the still picture. So he was within easily 30 feet, maybe 20 feet away from the incident. So don't think there was anything in question, but the frustrating thing was not kind of taking responsibility for it. That aggravated me as soon as we got out of the cars, which you can hear in some of the video if you listen carefully and turn the volume up, and then returning to the garage and having kind of the same thing. But look, it's a circumstance of racing. I've been racing for something for 42 years now, as are a lot of the guys out there, and I don't know if this is a circumstance of Alan not being qualified to be driving the car he's driving, or it just the weather and his adrenaline got the better of him. You know, Tony was very nice and took, as he always does, shakes everybody's hands at the start of the race and warned everybody about the cold weather and the cold tires, and the race isn't won on the first lap and first corner and yada yada yada, and here we have an incident in the first corner. So it's pretty bad. It's not a black eye on SVRA or Charlotte Motor Speedway. The EMT that took care of us going back to the infield was fantastic. The attendees on course were right on the accident. Within, as you can see in the video, you can hear him talking to me. I think within, I didn't count it, but I'm guessing probably 30 seconds for sure, and probably as short as 15-20 seconds, making sure everybody's all right. And fortunately, Tom was able to pull his belt and drop out of the car, and they were, by the time he got out and on his knees, they were there to attend to him as well. So he was the most important person, most critical condition / position physically. So thank you guys for watching this. It's not meant to be a black eye on SVRA, Charlotte Motor Speedway. Alan, not necessarily. Like I said, I'm disappointed in the denial or maybe lack of taking responsibility. But this is a long, droning editorial, as I apologize on the front side of this. It sucks it happened. I'm not even going to pull my car out of the trailer. It's going to sit here and stay here for a couple of weeks. I've got a 69 GTO that if I don't get it done before starting on this, my wife is going to get very cranky because I got a bunch of money tied up in it and it was a flip. So my nephew and I are going to get on that. So you'll see some videos on that. Guys, I appreciate you watching the channel. Please hit the subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so that it dings at you when I do a download. And comment. All those things get me some views, and maybe if I can get some more views and some more likes and comments, maybe some of this stuff will get monetized and pay for some of the repairs. Specifically to my car, I'll just comment real quickly. Sorry to keep droning on, but this is from hitting the this damage is from actually hitting the wall. You can see on the side of the car here, I'm not sure how much it's going to show up, but there's parts of the Firebird's bodywork stuck in my beads on my car. It hit front here, went down the side. I went in the air, I think, when it got to the rear tire after dragging along the side here, tore off the quarter. The roof's loose because of the B-pillar getting hit with Tom's car. Fortunately, the drivetrain is generally okay. Motor, there wasn't any oil leaks, so we actually, we were pulling it out of the garage and Jim noticed there wasn't any leaks. He said, let's drive it in. So the wheels are all loose and knocked askew, but we actually were able to kick it. It crabbed in here, but we were able to kick the tires straight as we were pulling in and got it in. But took the door jamb out, all the rest of that mess, broke the control, I bent the control arm here and broke the strut rod on the bottom. A lot of body work. I think the frame is bent here. I don't know if this is going to allow us to look at it, but the arc coming out of the bottom where these always rust. This frame's actually very good, but I'm hoping that it can be pulled. It's where the roll cage comes down as well, so it might be a tough pull, but I've got a friend that owns a body shop, so we'll strap it down and see what happens. And this is bent. I'm not sure. The top got torn off, so I'm not sure yet. It doesn't look out of whack, actually, so maybe the bird cage is just, oh, it's actually loose. Oops. It's actually loose. Didn't realize that. It's laying on the roll cage. Anyway, so we'll see what the damage is on the car. And so again, stay with us, guys. We'll be back one way or another, and we'll talk to you all soon. All the best.